Hey everyone, it's Greg here from ERC Help Desk, and thanks so much for attending this quick webinar about the Employee Retention Tax Credit. What is the Employee Retention Tax Credit? Well, I will tell you. It is a government economic stimulus package administered by the IRS. It was created by the CARES Act. If you're familiar with the PPP, well, the ERC is the PPP's big brother. Essentially, this program is a way of the federal government to inject much needed stimulus back into the economy via local businesses. It is essentially a wages payback program. So if you, as a business owner, were able to do the right thing by retaining and paying your W-2 employees, whilst also suffering from the effects of government restrictions during the COVID period, the IRS will pay you back some of the wages you paid, up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. What does this mean? Right? It adds up very, very quickly. So if you only had 2 W-2 employees, and this does not include the owner, by the way, then you could be eligible for up to $52,000. That's a lot of money. If you had 12 employees, again, that's not a large company, but you could be eligible for up to $312,000. And again, if you were a little larger than that and you had 20 W-2 employees, that's $500,000 that you could be eligible for from the ERC. So it is well worth your time to examine and explore this program with us to see whether you could claim this money. Now, some of you may be saying, off the bat, I know I'm not eligible. Why? Many people have been told they're not eligible, but they are, right? There's a lot of misinformation and there are a lot of myths out there. And I'd like quickly in this slide to bust some of those myths so that you can put those fears aside, put that old information aside, and move forward and explore the ERC. First myth, right? I claimed the PPP, so I can't get the ERC. Wrong, that's no longer the case. That rule was changed in 2020, end of 2020. You can now claim both. So if you've been told that you don't qualify because of PPP, you can now qualify for ERC. Secondly, up to 80% of businesses qualify or could qualify in some way. So if you don't think this is for you because, it's probably for just large companies or whatever the case may be, not true. It's worth giving it a go because most businesses can qualify. The third big myth that we hear, and this is often from CPAs and accountants, is that if a business did not see a revenue reduction, that they are not eligible. That's not true. Revenue reduction is only one way to qualify, and there are 2 others that do not rely on revenue reduction. So check it out, even if your business did quite well. The third myth is that this is a loan like the PPP. This is not a loan. You do not have to pay it back. The ERC is a cash injection into your business, and you don't have to pay it back. And the last one here, as I alluded to before, maybe my CPA can do this for you, for me. Maybe, but probably not. The ERC is 400 pages worth of tax code. It is dense. It takes a long time to understand and a lot of time to stay up to date with the tax code. It changes often. So whilst your CPA would like to give it a go, they are probably going to leave money on the table, right? And we will not do that because we understand all the way to qualify, both revenue related and non-revenue related. Who are we? We're ERC Help Desk. We're a boutique ERC firm based out of Southeast Florida. We've been doing this for almost as long as the ERC has been around. We're a team with high integrity and deep knowledge. Furthermore, we have helped over 1,000 clients claim the ERC. That is millions and millions of dollars back into the economy, back to local business owners, their families, and by extension, their communities, and we love that. We deeply understand this code, like I mentioned, so we will always maximize a client's claim without stepping over the boundaries set by the IRS. But if the IRS has questions, we offer 10-year audit support to our clients should they ever need it. And more than that, $1 million worth of errors and omissions insurance per client should it ever be needed. We strictly adhere to the facts, as I mentioned, and we're not a large organization. You can always reach us on the phone. You can always get one of our executives on the phone or by email, and we will respond. And to speak to that, we've been featured positively in over 1,000 media outlets around the country. So let's get into this. How do you qualify? First and foremost, you have to have had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, and that cannot include the owner of the business if you have more than 51% ownership. So keep that in mind. There are 3 ways to qualify, and only one of those relates to revenue. Okay? Revenue reduction, as I said, is just the first one, but many businesses did have a revenue reduction. if you had a more than 50% drop in gross revenue for any quarter of 2020 versus the same quarter 2019, that quarter qualifies. If you had a 20% gross reduction in any quarter of 2021 versus the same quarter 2019, you could qualify. Okay, that's revenue reduction. But if you don't qualify based on revenue reduction, we can take a look at non-revenue qualifiers. The first one being supply chain disruption. If you're a business that relies on being able to source inventory, parts, equipment, maintenance equipment, accessories, etc., but you were unable to, let's face it, the supply chain was a mess and probably still is for many of you. If you were unable to source these parts and it caused a significant impact on your business, you qualify for those quarters that were impacted. And the second non-revenue way is called a full or partial suspension of business. If your business had to shut down for a period of time, and everyone did, in the first quarter of 2020, and if those shutdowns or partial shutdowns related to social distancing lasted for you for a lot longer, and for many businesses it did. If you had to reduce your capacity in a restaurant, for example, if your clients if you weren't able to meet your clients or attend trade shows, travel restrictions, mandatory closures, reduced hours, anything like that, that qualifies you for full or partial suspension of business. So think about that, and it's more than likely that you qualify for one or more of these. You don't have to qualify for all, just one or more. So what do you do next? If you're interested in understanding how your business qualifies, I'll offer you two options. The first option is simply to take a note of that link at the top, erchelpdesk.support/get qualified. That is an online qualification and onboarding survey that will help you understand exactly how your business qualifies and how much you could qualify for. Once you've done that, one of our onboarding specialists will be in touch to verify your information and to tell you what the next steps are to get you qualified. Or book a consultation with us, a live phone consultation with one of our onboarding specialists, and we will discuss with you how your business might qualify. And then we'll take you through the qualification survey from there. So that's your action. Take a note of those links, and we'd love to speak to you. If you click on the link or you speak to us on the phone, we'll take you through an onboarding survey. If you click on the link, you'll land on our website. And if you click on this green button down there, how much could I claim? You'll be taken through to our onboarding survey. It's very simple, takes 5-10 minutes. And at the end of it, you know how you qualify and how much for. So what happens next? Once you've qualified, you've done the survey or spoken to us, we will then verify all your information. We'll ask for supporting documentation, which is the same documentation as you provided for PPP, gross revenues, 941 tax forms, payroll per quarter, and the PPP information. Once we've got all that, we'll do some deep research and analysis to make sure that you qualify. We will then send that summary of the qualification back to you for your approval. Once you've approved, we then file for the IRS and follow up on your behalf every month until you're paid. It can take about 6 months to get paid, and we'll follow up until that is done. One quick aside here is once you are a client of ours, you can also refer other clients to us, and we pay a referral commission, a very handsome referral commission. So think about yourself, put your own gas mask on first, I suppose, and then once we've helped you, think about other businesses that you could help with the same information. Bring them to us, become a referral partner of ours, and we will pay you handsomely for those referrals. Of course, any questions, please get in touch. Like I mentioned, you can always get in touch with one of us or book an appointment with us, a consultation, and ask those questions there. We're ready to help you. We would love to help you. If you've been told you don't qualify, don't listen to that. This is going to be worth your time to have a quick conversation to see how you could qualify. So with that being said, thanks for your time, and I wish you a fantastic day. Thank you.